Yeah, so can you send this recording to everyone on this call as a follow-up, and also like step-by-step instructions on how to set up a Google Air? So
yes.
Yeah? Yes, George?
Okay, my connection isn't the best. I'm going to be missing out on some things. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? George, can you hear me? Or can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. George, I would hotspot from your phone.
I am hotswatting.
Oh, do you want to try it from not hotswatting?
I did both. This is the best one.
Okay. All right. Okay. So everyone, can you open the agenda? Thanks for Celine for thinking of this idea to kind of connect on this so that we're being really efficient. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, we're gonna go through this agenda really quickly and use this as kind of like a working document. So if everyone can look at that, and then we'll just go through these different kind of hangouts. So review the Google document of the upcoming workshop and status report. Kicking up the call. Okay, sure. This part goes. And a college essay presentation would be helpful as well. Summon Academy wants to do a post. Okay, yeah. If you could put all those things under review number 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's fair. Okay.
So any of these, Grace made both of these top 2. So Zoe, could you actually put the Google link here for the like where we stand?
Zoe isn't in the call.
Yeah, I just texted her. Yeah, here's the
link too.
This is the doc that has the weekly workshops, like where we are for the week. Everyone in this call should be on it. If you're having problems accessing it, let me know.
Is Zoe on the call this thing though?
Right here. Yes.
Oh, hi Zoe. Okay. Zoe, did you happen to hear from anyone? I know that we heard from Raul, but any other updates to the thing this morning?
So I shared it with all of you. Okay, so Tuesday, everyone is confirmed. So Rahib, okay, well, I'll start from Monday. Okay, so Rahib said that he could try to make arrangements, but the high school is over an hour away from him. So if we could find someone else to do it or do it virtually or something, that would be a lot better for him. So
okay, so this is a perfect example. So first of all, we're going to be doing this on a weekly basis, like our collective team on Fridays. Hadar, can you follow up with that so that we have a collective call on Fridays where we all review the upcoming calendar? Yep. Did everyone hear that? So that we're going to be going through this kind of calendar as a collective team to just be like everyone's on the same page with the schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next step for this one is that we're going to. I'm personally going to email the school to say, can I personally do it virtually? So this is, let's see, Green is the Kelly is emailing the school. See, next item with that for the Monday Houston Clear Lake High School one. Were they expecting pizza?
Oh yeah, I have to. I don't know.
I guess Madeline would know.
Yeah, and pizza.
Okay, so and then Hadar is ordering pizza tomorrow for them.
Okay.
So for Okay. But I'm sending out the email. Okay. Tuesday, fine, great. Wednesday, I'm going to wait until 4 p.m. Monday, and then Kelly will set up a virtual. George, would you be able to do a virtual one here on Wednesday at this time, 8 a.m. PT?
That depends. Am I going to be flying on Wednesday?
Yeah, you. Well, okay. I'm going to be in Chicago, so that would be like 9 a.m. my time.
Yeah, so 8 a.m. California time is like 11 a.m. New York time.
No, yes.
There's another fall that I'm training. I'm trying to train right now, but she's not available on Wednesdays. So if the school can maybe move to a Tuesday or Thursday, then like she might be able to do it.
In LA?
I still need to train her. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Or ask if. So just as a heads up, if they say we still want to keep the date and we want to do a virtual one, then we should update that. Let's see. This should be the living document, so I would update it here based on and this is like what we're going to do every week as well. Right. So I'm going to put the response that I get from the school in here so that it's like. So that Zoe, you can see kind of constantly where the status of things are.
Okay.
Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
So it'll just be this document, or will there be like a new Google Doc every week?
Can we just have one Google Doc and update it?
What?
Can we just have one Google Doc and update it as we go? Similar to the meeting agendas from the Monday, Wednesday, Friday meetings?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that we just don't want to have it be like forwarded to 2 people and then you really need to have it be forwarded to 3 people. So this is like the living document where it will be held.
Okay.
So Zoe, the kind of most immediate thing for tomorrow is to do this version, which is great job, do this version for the following week. So we can, you can actually get kind of started on that. So we're not doing this like next Sunday for next week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It'll also be helpful. Everyone, so for example, Hadar is doing onboarding for payments, 2 sessions this week with students. Celine, I know that you're probably interviewing a few additional people, which we'll go over like how that flow works in a second. But what's relevant is like everyone should be using this document as like, oh, if I'm onboarding people and I see like orange, Hadar, I should be like in the payment thing, oh, FYI, can you do this time next week? Right, so we're all kind of collectively trying to help Zoe staff these workshops at every different touch point that we have with any of our interns. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for last one, OKC, so Dar's ordering pizza on OKC. So is Paige doing this one?
I have not heard from her, but there's no reason that she shouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so she
within her availability. So I feel pretty confident that she'll be able to do it, but she has not replied back confirming.
She replied to me and saying that she could do it in like a pinch. So yes, so she's confirmed. What color is it?
So they're not getting pizza on the Wednesday one. No, this is the one they're getting pizza. Yes. Okay.
So how about for the LA one?
LA, they will not get pizza because it's at 8 a.m. So let me see what it says on their thing. LA, Wednesday, 9/27.
Yeah, so Zoe, if you could just, for next week, just put all those fields there so that it just can be a little bit more complete.
Yeah.
So this one's confirmed. This is confirmed. Confirmed page.
But we don't have a workshop leader for LA, so I'm gonna take him out of the invite.
Yeah, Raul, yeah.
Okay. For Chicago, I'm going to Chicago on Wednesday to do this workshop. Bintu can't do it on New York on USC. Is there anyone else who can do it in New York City for the Playground event?
This is on a Wednesday at 1 p.m., correct?
Yeah.
Where is it?
No, we don't have any availability.
Herbert Lehman.
What, like, would you happen to, is that in, like, the Bronx? Or
Let me look.
I can, yeah, I'm Googling right now. I could, like, maybe do it. I get out of class at 12 on Wednesdays, and I don't have class again until 4. So I could maybe do it.
Can we reach out to Everett?
No.
No? Okay.
There's also Sandras.
Yeah, they're not available on Wednesdays. Celine, it's pretty far out there in the Bronx.
Oh,
think
yeah.
Is the Bronx near Columbia? I don't even know.
Well, Columbia's like pretty uptown, like Manhattan. So I mean, I'll like look into this more and I'll email you about it afterwards, so we don't take up too much time.
So yeah, great point. Do not email. No emailing. Put it on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just this is like our general initial solution on how to avoid that, which is to say Celine is checking. Celine is checking if she can make this. Okay. You sent the email to Shanjid. No, you didn't get a response back yet, right?
No response.
Okay. He sent in his video, so he's about to be like, I'm sending him his feedback this evening. George, these ones are yours in Austin, so these are the ones to look at. Yep. This is still me. I was sending out all of our press emails right now, so I still need to send this to, to Johnny. Let me just tag myself here. Okay. San Antonio, great. Manchester, okay.
So you're going to be in Chicago then Thursday through this 5:30 p.m. Wednesday. I'm sorry, Kelly.
No, I'm Chicago Wednesday and Thursday I'm in Philly.
Right, but there's a Chicago one on Wednesday night in addition to the earlier one. So I don't know. Let me look really quickly if there's a late enough flight to get you back into Philly.
Yeah, I would do. Yes, that is. I should do this one.
Okay, I asked Yesenia and Juan, but neither of them emailed me back. So.
Okay. Yeah. So Zoe, if you get responses to those, if you can just make sure to like update and then like update as needed, and then like tag yourself and say like Zoe updated it.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday I'm in Philly. I need to follow up. Shoot. Okay. So Kelly to follow up. To send this email. Okay, great. Chicago, awesome. Okay.
Is George flying to the one on Austin?
Yeah, George is going to Austin for Wednesday through Friday.
And then so Isandris, you're confirming. Great, okay. Need someone for San Diego. This is me. So I need to do this one for Johnny. Otherwise, it needs to be virtual. You ask Johnny.
Are we training Renee?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're training. Okay.
What-
Ask her about for whatever day.
Kelly, what San Diego one are you saying could potentially be you? Which day?
Not me. I'm saying I need to follow up.
Oh.
Kelly to email Johnny. So Renee, where's Renee?
LA.
LA. Okay, cool. Okay, Philly.
And she's available on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I haven't actually trained her yet. Are you going to be doing any trainings during the week, Kelly?
Yeah, I'm doing trainings Monday and Tuesday, 5 and 6 p.m.
Okay.
I'm interviewing 3 I'm interviewing 2 people tomorrow officially, and possibly 3 if someone gets back to me.
Okay, so you guys should add those people to that. So you should create it on the workshop calendar, so that I can see, because I think that we were kind of like had people to train, but then they weren't being added to the training calls. So just create one on the shared calendar, which is the workshop calendar, so that you can add me to it. Oh, sorry.
For the interviews or for the training?
For training.
For the trainings.
Okay.
Does that make sense or
So
no?
like when we schedule trainings, or you want us to make the event for your training on the?
So I'm ideally I'm not the one doing trainings all the time. I'm just saying that that for Monday and Tuesday, just to be more available and to help out, I'm going to do trainings 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. So if someone's like, oh, I can't do it anytime but 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., you can know that you can send me an invitation for those.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the calendar. Fine, great. Okay, thanks for doing that, Zoe. Now let's go back to the regular agenda. So we did number 1. Who still needs to be trained and signed off on who's training them? So what document are you guys using here for the training and like the status thing, or are we not using a consistent document?
Mostly like the currently active fall spreadsheet and like trying to like keep notes and like keeping things updated, but I don't know if it's working very well.
Okay, Celine, would you mind pasting it here?
Sure. I just pasted it into the chat.
Could you put in the Google Doc as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Is this what you're using as well, Zoe?
Yeah, so under the still being interviewed / trained / not confirmed thing,
Yep.
I already put the 2 that I'm interviewing tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is, got it. Still being interviewed, not trained. Okay, so what I'd like to do is to have, and I'm welcome to hear any other thoughts, is to have Celine own this, so that Celine, you're owning the app. Like if someone applies, you email them, right? You have the automatic email notifications, right?
No, that's Zoe who has those.
Yeah.
I think you had assigned that to Zoe like a day or 2 ago, but I can take over that. I don't know.
So the yeah. So what would be the easiest is to separate interviews versus training. So like the process of step 1, recruiting, step 2, someone applies, and step 3, interviewing them. That's Celine.
Okay.
And if you want to write that down so that we're on the same page, that might be helpful.
Yeah.
I haven't been like trained to train yet. So far, I've just done interviews.
Yeah, that's fine. What would be helpful is either I recorded. You need to pick her up. Is to watch the video that I recorded a video for you and for anyone to see how I train people. And also if you can join any of the trainings that I'm hosting Monday or Tuesday at 5 or 6, then you could also like get another way of like learning how to train people.
Okay, where's the video of training?
I just recorded it this afternoon, so I'll send it to you.
Okay, so but I would just continue. So I'm still doing the interviews that I already set up, right?
Yeah, so this is kind of like we're transitioning over, so this is more streamlined. So just to reiterate this, so Celine has like sending out stuff and managing the pipeline of people who are coming in, to responding to applications, to then interviewing them to see if they're good fits, if they're a good fit, then Celine works with Zoe to say, great, now you're ready to be trained, which is basically what I was doing this past week.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So then I train.
Yeah, and Zoe, that would be helpful for you as well, so that people like then actually get to know who you are. And then when you give feedback on a weekly basis or in the emails, they're like, oh, this is the person who trained me, so I should listen to them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have a better and/or different suggestion for that?
I just want to clear up one thing. So for Zoe, you already responded to all those the newest applicants, but for now into the future, I'll be responding to applicants.
Okay. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah. So I'll stop. I think it's at like 1:48 right now. I just emailed the last person. His name was like Adam. I emailed him after he applied.
Okay.
So something that's helpful, Celine, is to set up the automatic email notifications. Do you know how to do that?
No.
So if you go to into the spreadsheet,
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it from the form.
Oh.
yeah, sorry, from the form.
Okay.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll show you how to do it.
So I
okay.
took myself off getting email notification.
So go back if you want to scroll. Here you go. Okay. So you go to Celine. You go to the dots on the upper right, and go to the dots on down a little bit.
Like preferences?
No, not there. So click out of there. So these dots, the ones right by the plus sign.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Wait, where is this?
Maybe it's in settings. No. Right? It's not.
Go to responses. That's why. Go to responses. Click on
Oh.
and then yeah, there you go. Then hit those 3 buttons, and there you go.
Okay.
Great. So I would just have a template ready to say, so that you can kind of like really easy copy and paste that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah.
So any of those moving forward, you should respond to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
And within that, so actually, Hadar, can you send her the email template that you had made before?
Yep.
Because the idea is that you want to say we're interviewing you, and oh, by the way, if you get selected, you have to be available at these different training times, so that we're avoiding more email communication around setting up training times.
So basically, setting up the interview and then saying like the trainings will be happening at these times.
Yeah,
So try to make yourself available.
right. Like if you get accepted, then you should be marking off like this time in the evening for a training.
Okay, sounds good.
So the thing about the interview is that you to interview them, you then you're owning that process, so you should be the person who's adding them to the training like right thereafter.
Okay, and so the trainings are going to be on Zoe's calendar? Like Zoe's going to be doing the trainings from now on, right?
Yeah, but just in the interim for this week, my trainings are also available.
Okay, yeah.
We should probably move the trainings to live on the Next Gen Best outreach calendar so that everyone can access them and add people as needed.
Yeah.
So I had originally said the workshops. Do we want to do outreach or workshops?
Well, the outreach calendar is the one where the workshops also live.
Okay, that's fine. Could you, Hadar, could you make sure that the calendar is shared with everyone right now, and then put the link to the calendar, the name?
Yeah. So it is 100% shared with everyone, and it is. This is
the calendar name there, so that people have it in this document. Okay. So are we clear with that process?
Yeah, I don't see the calendar. I'm not.
So that means, Hadar, you need to share with her again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So weekly communication with. So we're moving on to agenda point number 3. Does that make sense? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, Celine is going from responding to applicants to interviewing them to then setting them up with a training. Both Zoe and I are doing trainings this week. Zoe post-training will then staff people based on their availabilities. So the reason why Zoe as well is because part of the like the liaison with Celine should be like, when is this person's availability? So that you should have like, actually that's a good point. So Celine, in your, like I was doing when I was interviewing people, is that you should be marking down when their availability already is.
Yeah.
So that Zoe can like really quickly see where they are in that document.
Right, like with that Google form that Zoe made, right?
Let me show you. I'm sharing a document with you right now. That is the how Kelly was doing her interviews, how she was taking notes on them. That I would, and there was like a cell for their availability.
Okay, so do you want me to just put them in this document, or like Zoe? Because I know Zoe made a Google form that was like getting all the fall's availability. So Zoe, do you still want me to use that form, or like should I still use it, or do you just want to use this spreadsheet?
Well, I've been listing everyone's. I mean, I was using the form just to officially get everyone's, and it was like a lot more basic than the spreadsheet because the spreadsheet didn't have time zones or anything, so I didn't want to get confused because the calendar is in Eastern, and with it was too complicated for me and I didn't want to deal with it, so I created the form just to actually get they're true. So I had them, it was like name, email, time zone, and availability.
So this is also though where I would get, this is why I was using that form to get their t-shirt size and their address, because they all need t-shirts once they're onboarded. So I mean, this is up to you guys, but ultimately I would want to only have to ask them to fill out one form that gets all the information we need from them.
Yeah.
So that's a question you can add.
Well, so I think that we should just use the form actually that Hadar made because it does ask for more information. So
okay. So Celine, if that makes sense to you, what might be helpful is to just spend 5 minutes at the end of an interview sending someone the link to that form so that they fill it out during their interview with you.
Okay.
Right? And then Zoe, you have the answers to that. Celine has the answers to that, and that should inform when you train them. Right? So if someone's like interviewed 12 p.m. on a Tuesday by Celine or whatever, I'm just making that up, and Celine's like, yeah, great. You need to join the 7 p.m. Tuesday training by Zoe. Zoe should be on that training call being like, cool, now that I'm training you and you're accepted, can you do next Tuesday in LA? Because you said you could.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if not, please say it now, because I just want to. That's a like a loose end that I want to make sure we make clear. So we're gonna go with this form. Yeah.
Yeah, I added it to item 3 here, the hyperlink, and you can feel free to edit the form to make sense however you need it. But
so Hadar, if you could make sure everyone has editing access on that form.
yeah.
But you put it in. Okay, so you put it here. Okay, got it. Okay, so really quickly on number 3, are we clear on that for everyone?
So this is actually not Zoe's form. This is Hadar's form. So Zoe, you should just make sure that you are using or just looking at this form and getting the information from there, I guess. But yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it's clear.
Are you okay with that, Zoe? Are you there?
Yeah,
I think she's frozen.
Okay. Does that make sense? Are you okay with that form for Celine to use? Is that helpful for you or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So going over the day of communication. So this is what this is really for number 3. So review weekly communications with FALS. So Zoe's going to be sending out that email and make sure to CC everyone on this hangout on You did a great job sending that out on Friday. So she's going to send that out every Friday. We're going to do, my suggestion, Zoe, is to do the like hour-long kind of check-in like William does for Money Mentors on Sundays, and then record it and send it out. And that's where you talk about, like we had mentioned before, the key like feedback points. I think we created an agenda for that call earlier this week.
And then just, so yeah, the key feedback points and just like any like questions they have.
Yeah, questions, like shout outs to people, like
A call or an email?
say it again.
Are we talking about during the call or in the email?
In addition to the email, just like William does, doing a weekly Google Hangout.
Yeah, but a Google Hangout, yeah, it's just like stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay, yeah. And if they have like any questions or whatever problems or
Yeah, exactly. So really quickly, this is important. Day of communication is owned by the coordination team, so Erica, right? So I'm modifying what I told you and Madeline a little bit before ago, which is to say that ideally we have people confirmed by Zoe, like not the day of, right? So we're already in a better position this week than we were last week, so that we can avoid like Erica, you having to like staff people and Zoe trying to do it too. So Erica, you own, and the coordination team needs to own, the day before and the day of communication. And that's really because you own the relationship with the school, right? So what that looks like is sending the date 24 hours before the event. And if you want to be adding this to the Google Doc, right, so that we're on the same page, 24 hours, you're confirming with the school and the person who's on the calendar invite that Zoe has staffed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So Zoe, it's not you saying, like, it's not you going into a calendar invite and being like, hey, Miss Smith, Jacob is coming to do a presentation. That's Erica.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just staff it and that's where I stop, right?
Right, yes. And it's because Erica and Madeline own the relationship with the school, and they own the email thread with the teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
I also did earlier, I got a question from Cheyenne Hagan, I think her name is. And she asked me like what to, like if she had to follow up with a teacher.
Yeah, so really great question. So you should add that in the Google Doc. Is the CT who's listed under the workshop. So if that's Erica's name, Erica does it. If it's Madeline's name, Madeline does it. They do it 24 hours before. So the answer is no. Presumably they should be CC'd on the email with that Erica or Madeline send. Does that make sense, everyone?
Okay.
Okay. In the case that someone within that 24-hour period is like, oh, I have like pink eye, or I'm going to the hospital, or like whatever, that needs to be escalated to me.
Okay.
Okay. Is that clear to everyone? So Erica, if there's an event on Wednesday and you confirm 24 hours before, meeting on Tuesday with the teacher, and then the intern responds like, my mom is in the hospital or whatever, then I need to know that. Okay?
Okay.
That's an example of like when you escalate because we're in a bad situation there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, Zoe's already like triple confirmed with people that they're fine to do that then. Okay?
Okay, wait. So after I staff people, when do I follow up with them?
You follow like what we
I just follow up once? Kind of like what we did today?
exactly.
Okay, so then, okay, wait. So Celine does all the interview stuff. I tell Celine when I can do trainings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess, so what day should me and Celine talk about that then? Like not on a day-to-day basis or on a day-to-day basis or?
No, I think that you should, you guys should kind of coordinate together to say, when does it make the most sense where we overlap on like training to whatever. So the takeaway from this is if you guys can both have like concrete times when you're doing interviewing on a weekly basis and concrete times where you're doing training on a weekly basis. So if you're, Zoe, if you're doing like 3 trainings a week, I'm making this up, 1 on Sunday, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Thursday, that Celine knows that and she puts that in her emails.
Got it. Okay.
So if you, can you guys just kind of work together on that and just put it in the Google document so we all know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you just like tell me like for each week, like when your trainings are going to be, like when it works for you, then I can like tell that to the people who I'm interviewing.
Okay. And then
maybe if you could do like 2 weeks, that would also be really helpful because then like when I initially email people, it's like.
All right. I'll try. I mean, I can try to just find consistent times also so that it doesn't change.
I personally would recommend just doing consistent times on a weekly basis. They're when our trainings are. They're every week at these 3 times, and that's it.
How long are the trainings?
They're like a half. I mean, I've kind of boiled them down to like a half an hour. So, and that requires doing a little bit more prep work up front from students. So I send them all the materials in advance and ask them to do, which the follow-up for me is I'll send you all those emails that I created for mine, which I kind of been iterating on. So I found that students who I asked them to read the stuff and then show up are much more prepared.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen them, like they review the script and stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So then after I train, I will have their hours, hopefully. That's the idea, that I would have their hours already.
From that spreadsheet or from that form that Celine would have gotten them to fill out during their interview.
Got it. And then, so then at the end of an interview, I'd be, great. Would you be able to do Tuesday at this time?
Yep.
And then, okay, so then do I send, isn't after that training, you send that interview of that, they have to send you a video or something?
Yeah, so I'm going to send you that email and don't worry about that for this week because I need to send you, I'm going to do that. So I will review their videos, but you should give them like 2 days to put together a video.
Okay.
By the way, this will make a little bit more sense when you watch my video of myself training people.
Okay. Okay. So then, so we do that video thing, and then if they don't follow up with it, I still assign them to a workshop just because we need to, right? Yeah.
So great point, which is to say, like, that's sort of why you want to give them the deadline of like 48 hours. So, and that should be consistent. So just for your own sanity, it should be like, great, if I do a training on Sunday, then I'm going to expect on Tuesday at 5 p.m. every week, I should have the people's training videos from Sunday sent to me.
Okay.
So if you could put in, basically if you could just spend, both Celine and Zoe, if you could spend like 30 minutes just trying to figure out for your own schedules, like when is the most logical time to have a consistent training, interview, and like video submission time, that would be great. And note it in the school document.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, what was that? What was that money mentor feedback form that I got sent? And I get emails for when they, like, I don't know what to do with it.
The money mentor feedback form is for you to understand that should be relevant for the weekly feedback form that you send out to people, or the call that you host.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything with it. It's just for your like own information to say, like, when a student trusted their mentor, what they have problems with, whatever.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Erica, is that clear with you and Madeline around the communication, the 24-hour beforehand confirmation thing?
Cool.
Yeah. And the outreach leader.
Yes, with the outreach leader. Okay. Yep.
Yep. So, for example, if someone says, like, oh, I can't do this, I have pink eye, what are you going to do?
we're gonna bring it to you as soon as possible, or like right then and there.
Yeah, and CC Zoe, because Zoe
Okay.
would have the best chance of like having a backup, basically.
Yeah, so basically with that too, so Erica and Madeline, on the email that you are sending out to the outreach leader confirming the day before, Zoe should be copied on that as well, just in case they reply and are like, you know, someone punched me in the face. Which I guess is not a joke, because it did happen. So that Zoe can like gets that right away and can start thinking through it. But it should also come to me and Kelly.
Okay.
And who's going to be updating? Is it my job to update the currently active, like all the different tabs I made?
Yep.
Or is Celine doing that now? Okay, so I'm still doing that.
Yeah, because they would drop off if they were to during where they hit you. So like the training and then the video submission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're considered active after they're trained, right?
Literally after they submit their video and yeah.
Okay, but but they're giving the hours to the form Celine is sending them, right?
Yeah.
So should
you
I?
have access to that, like you can make a spreadsheet like from that form, I guess.
The spreadsheet exists already, so
Yeah, I did.
that has access to it. So what I would do is, the reason that Zoe should be updating that is because often people like will do a training and then they won't end up staying on. So we don't want to make the work of like adding them in and then being like, oh no, this person's not available. So by the time Zoe gets them, they should be actually active. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna set up an email like notifications so when Celine gets someone to fill out that form, I get notified and I can update it.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Okay. So so Zoe, just like really quickly on the scenario of like someone cancels like day of or within 24 hours, something that would be useful is like basically the stuff that we went over today, this morning, is almost having like backup people so that it doesn't take a lot of mental energy to be like, oh, this is the replacement, right?
Okay.
Okay, number 4. Okay, we kind of already did this. Feedback on conversations. Number 5, review any needed materials. So so tomorrow should be sent out the teacher flyer for parents, college kickoff presentation, and college essay workshop. So I'm going to tag this to Grace. Be sent out. Okay, 6, I think we kind of already went over. Weekly email, which is Zoe. Staffing, weekly meeting, which is mostly Zoe. Number 7, which is logistical stuff. So generally speaking, we shouldn't be doing like food anymore because it's just too much of a pain in the ass and logistically difficult. Erica, you hear that?
Yes.
So that means like removing the image from your signature as well.
Okay.
And changing the conversation. And by the way, Slate, I know you have to go, so we have to see you.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
If you have any other questions, Celine, that we didn't cover, please just put it in this Google document because I know we went through a lot in this session.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. So for pizza, this is like people who we already promised pizza will get pizza, and so the only ones that I'm doing next week are in the Google document in yellow that I'm ordering pizza for them. If there are any others that need food, that needs to be updated so that I can prepare for it.
Yeah, but so, Hadar, you need to go through every invite and you need to look to see if there's pizza already in it.
Okay.
You're the pizza person this week.
Okay.
So Zoe, don't worry about doing that. Hadar, if you can just put in that element and go through that as a sanity check.
Yep.
And then communicate with Erica before the 24-hour confirmation email that her or Madeline would send that like, hey, FYI, it's too early to have pizza. We're going to send you donuts, whatever. But ideally, just to be clear, like this is the last week that we're doing food.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay. So even if they ask, they're like, oh, I heard from a colleague that you guys do pizza parties. That was just a limited time thing.
Yeah. So, and the reason is like, I've literally spent, I think, like 3 hours, like ordering pizza or like trying to figure out like 1 or 2 workshops, which is.
Yeah.
Right.
So, go ahead, George.
I was like, have you spent 3 hours ordering pizza?
Because it's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
I did it once and it was awful.
So for that being said, so the Expensify is the last thing. Celine brought up this point, which I think is a good one, which is to offer people incentives. In my opinion, anyone on this call should have like access to basically like be able to send people gift cards if they need to. Like when we gave Celine the budget for $500, we didn't totally know how the reimbursement would work. So like people basically need access to be able to like follow up and say, oh, cool, you did this favor for me. Here's $25, fine. And I immediately send it to you, not giving it to you. It can't be controlled or centralized by you, Hadar, because it's too long.
Okay. So if that's the case, if we're doing like legit, like actually, if it's just for reimbursement for gift cards, if people are comfortable doing it, and then I can process a reimbursement, but it takes a week. That's one option, and I would do that. Yeah. What?
But that's what I mean is like and this was like a comment from, I mean, we can talk about this briefly tomorrow, but like, basically like the Just Work stuff, the payment onboarding and like getting reimbursed, like kind of needs to not be, it needs to be accessible to multiple people, not just you, because we need to be able to speed up the process on that.
Okay. Let's talk about that tomorrow, Kelly.
Sure. But the gift card thing, that's something like when we talk about that tomorrow, we need to have that, put that here in this document because, and that also should be shared with like a William as well, because we don't want to have like processing things kind of be a week delay on whatever.
Totally. Yep.
Are we going to bring back Starbucks gift card giveaway during presentations or no?
No, not for the time being.
Okay.
Any other questions? Are people?
I did have a question. This is just about an active, whether someone was active or not.
Yep.
Is Kira Rangel active? Because she was in the Facebook group, like her picture, but
Yeah, she was. I'm still getting back to her on feedback because her video didn't work.
Oh, okay. So
presumably, and she's only for virtual workshops.
Only, okay.
Yeah, she's in like a random part of Illinois.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Kelly, can you stay in for like 1 minute? I just want to ask you a question about travel.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And George, could you send this video after, plus the like a step-by-step on how you set up the Google Air?
Yeah. All right.
All right. See ya.
Do you want to stay on too for travel?
Oh yeah, George, you can stay on too.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Bye, Zoe. Erica.
Bye.
Bye.
And you can stop recording us probably.
Yeah.